分别占同期对外承包工程新签合同额和完成营业额的55.5%和58.5%。二是多个领域对外投资持续增长，地方对外投资占比近80%。1到5月，流向制造业的对外直接投资72亿美元，同比增长11.8%。流向信息传输业对外直接投资35.1亿美元，同比增长49.4%。流向科学研究和技术服务业、电力、热力、燃气及水的生产和供应、交通运输、居民服务等领域的投资也呈增长态势。从境内投资者构成情况看，地方企业对外非金融类直接投资327.5亿美元，同比增长3.8%，占同期对外投资总额的75.7%。三是对外承包工程项目集中在基础设施领域，部分行业走势良好。1到5月，我国企业承揽的境外基础设施类工程新签合同额618亿美元，完成营业额426.6亿美元，分别占总额的74.7%和80.7%。同期，交通运输、工业建设、水利建设类项目新签合同额增长较快。其中，交通运输类项目新签合同额和完成营业额分别同比增长37%和11.8%。第二条信息是关于今年前5个月我国服务外包产业发展的情况。2021年1到5月，我国企业承接服务外包合同额6491亿元人民币，执行额4069亿元人民币，分别同比增长39%和30.8%，比2019年同期分别增长34.7%和42.9%。其中，承接离岸服务外包合同额3648亿元，执行额2376亿元，同比分别增长25.9%和24.4%，比2019年同期分别增长19.2%和37.6%。以美元计，今年前5个月，我国承接服务外包合同额是965亿美元，执行额605亿美元，同比分别增长42.1%和33.4%。其中，承接离岸服务外包合同额544亿美元，执行额353亿美元，同比分别增长29.5%和26.9%。从结构看，今年前5个月，我国企业承接离岸信息技术外包、业务流程外包和知识流程外包执行额分别为1104亿元、428亿元和844亿元人民币，同比分别增长31%、17%和20.3%。从地域看，今年前5个月，全国31个服务外包示范城市总计承接离岸服务外包合同额3046亿元，执行额2042亿元，同比分别增长23%和23%，占全国总额的 83.5%和85.9%。长三角地区承接离岸服务外包合同额1656亿元，执行额1214亿元，分别同比增长13.5%和20.9%，分别占全国总额的45.4%和51.1%。从市场看，2021年1到5月，我国承接美国、中国香港、欧盟离岸外包执行额分别为523亿元、467亿元和300亿元，合计占我国离岸服务外包执行额的54.3%，同比分别增长24.6%、31.9%和14.3%。我国承接“一带一路”相关国家离岸外包合同额714亿元，执行额424亿元，同比分别增长61%和24.6%。从企业性质看，今年前5个月，民营企业承接离岸服务外包合同额854亿元，同比增长42.8%，执行额569亿元，同比增长37.5%。外商投资企业承接离岸服务外包合同额1876亿元，执行额1119亿元，同比分别增长10.9%和14.2%，占全国的比重分别为51.4%和47.1%。从就业看，截至2021年5月，我国服务外包累计吸纳从业人员达到1326万人，其中大学及以上学历841万人，占63.4%。2021年1到5月，服务外包新增从业人员35.3万人，同比增长18.4%，其中大学及以上学历21万人，占60.4%。以上就是我需要向大家通报的有关信息。下面我愿意回答记者朋友们提出的问题。下面请提问。这位记者。
谢谢发言人。21世纪经济报道提问。第2届中国中东欧国家博览会6月11号在宁波落幕，请问本届博览会取得了哪些成果？下一步在推动中国中东欧国家经贸合作上还有哪些措施？谢谢。
谢谢你的提问。第2届中国中东欧国家博览会于6月8日到11日在浙江宁波成功举办。这是今年中国中东欧国家领导人峰会后，中国中东欧国家合作机制项下的首场大型活动，取得了丰硕的成果，主要体现在以下几个方面：一是展览规模扩大，本届博览会展览面积大，参展企业多，参展商品全，展览面积超过了20万平方米，共有425家中东欧国家企业或者代理商参展，全国28个省市自治区代表团参会，采购商超过了
enterprises of the CEE countries. And the purchases, they have a number of more than 7,000.
共达成中东欧国家商品采购意向74.63亿元，其中食品饮料、酒类。
Second, we have significant results of the exhibition for the alcohol, beverage, and cosmetic products. In total, we have concluded the contracts with a value of more than 7.4 billion RMB. And the third, many activities to accompany this exhibition. In this year's CEE country and China summit, President Xi has proposed the establishment of a federation, and this federation has been put into effect during the exhibition. The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs, as well as the other associations and government agencies, have held different types of activities and exchanges to enrich the exhibition. This exhibition has helped us to better confront with the challenges brought by the COVID-19 and also to further our exchanges in terms of the trade and commerce. Today, the Chinese market has gained a better knowledge about the products from the CEE countries, and this exhibition has also consolidated the confidence of the CEE countries in exporting more their goods to Chinese market. This exhibition has promoted the efforts of all parties to further our cooperation and also expand new opportunities for the further exchanges. Moving forward, MOFCOM will continue to help illustrate the important role of this exhibition, enlarge the importation of the goods from the CEE countries, and we also support cities like Ningbo to further their development of the demonstration zones of the collaboration between China and CEE countries. We will help to tap the potential of this commercial collaboration, and we'd like to share with CEE countries the development opportunities. To have the common development. Next question, please. Thank you. I'm from Japan. Last week, I interviewed the participants from the CEE countries. Most of the CEE countries have participated in this exhibition, except for two. What is the reason for the absence? China CEE countries exhibition is a voluntary platform for open cooperation. In this year's session of the exhibition, all the CEE countries have all presented their goods. As is mentioned before, during this exhibition, we have concluded almost 7.5 billion RMB of intended purchases. China is willing to further expand our imports from the CEE countries and also further tap the potential of practical cooperation with CEE countries in terms of trade and commerce. We will work hard with the other countries to accelerate the recovery of the economy and also to improve people's well-being. Next question, please. I'm from CCTV. We have noticed that recently MOFCOM is organizing the trips of the potential participants for the CIIE to visit China's regional sites. What is the significance of that? We have already held a CIIE for 3 successful sessions. It plays a very important role for the promotion of exchanges of people and also the exchanges of trade and promotion of commerce. For the purchases and also the participants of exhibition, we have offered very good service, and we have also noticed that in China, this huge market has become more attractive to the foreign participants, and more foreign enterprises would like to showcase their products as well as their services to the Chinese customers in this vast market. They hope to respond to the needs of the Chinese customers. Foreign enterprises by participating in the CRIE, will more adapt their services and goods to the Chinese people's demand. In order to meet the needs of these participants from foreign countries, and also to expand the spillover effect of the CRIE and bring into full play its role as the platform for further exchanges, MOFCOM has decided to offer better services to the participants and introduce more participants to this exhibition. Recently, we have decided to invite relevant agencies and also interested participants to the locales to the promotion activities so that the investors as well as the destination cities would know each other better. And we can also increase the relevance of these activities and let it propel the domestic recovery. MOFCOM will help to set up the platform, and the local players will be the main players on the ground. There will be many activities related to the promotion of these exchanges, for example, in-field visits and also the introduction. By the first half of July, we will organize the first activity with the Chengdu City of Sichuan Province. Currently, all relevant activities are in place. For example, we will cover food, beverage, medics, automobile, and other modern industry products. Diplomatic corps will also be invited to be present during this event. We have the online and offline activities going on at the same time. With participants meeting each other offline, we also will open an online platform to facilitate the communication. Thank you. I'm from the Fengmian News. We've noticed that recently you have published our reception of the FDI for the first 5 months. What is the feature of the FDI received by China, and what is the uncertainty with the FDI, and what will you do to further apply your policy? Thank you for your question. This year, China has attracted a greater number of FDI for the first 5 months. The actual use of FDI in China totaled more than 480 billion RMB, year-on-year increase of 35.4% compared to the same period of 2019. That is increase of more than 30%. If calculated in the US dollars, that is 71.5 billion US dollars, year-on-year increase of 39.8% compared to the same period of 2019, a year-on-year increase of 30.1%. For the first 5 months of this year, foreign investors, they still remain very optimistic about the growth potential of the Chinese economy as well as the great potential of the Chinese market. Currently, COVID-19 is still bringing a huge amount of uncertainties to the world economy. We're still confronting with a lot of uncertain elements. However, all countries are coming up with new policies for the support to their own economy, and they are readjusting their layout of the supply chain display. However, the circulation of logistics is still facing a lot of challenges. So we are still under pressure and we are facing a lot of uncertainties in our future work. Moving forward, we will continue to work diligently under the guidance of the CPC Central Committee, put in place a high-quality platform for opening up and enlarge the access by foreign investors into the Chinese market. For the major projects and key areas of investment, we will try to create a better environment and give more enabling conditions to invite the participation of foreign investors to join the fast growth track of the Chinese economic growth. Thank you. I'm from the paper. Recently, for the 2019 and the 2020 outsourced service performance result MOFCOM has published an assessment. What is your comment on the results of the assessment, and what is your comment about the future potential of this sector? By the beginning of this press conference, I delivered the briefing about the general growth of the outsourced service in China for the first 5 months of this year. And by the beginning of this year, we have asked for the service of the third-party assessment for 31 demonstration cities of the outsourced services, and also the 19 applicant cities. We have made an assessment of the outsourced service development results for the period 2019 and 2020. We have made the results public. According to the results, eastern part of China, relevant cities in terms of innovation and the layout of the services are more in advantage. For relevant cities in the middle part of the country, they have geographic advantages. They are receiving many of the transferred services and industries from the eastern part of the country, and the local governments are also supporting the development of this pillar. They have developed very fast. For the western part of the country, they have adopted a differentiated policy for development, and they have also registered a very fast growth of the business. In general, the assessment result is in accordance with the facts of the development of this sector. Moving forward, we will continue to work under the decisions and guidelines of the central government and also the CPC Central Committee to apply our policies and guidelines about promoting the high-quality development of the outsourcing of services. We believe that the outsourcing of services will help us to develop new models of the sector and also help to transform the whole economic sector. By the piloting projects from the demonstration cities, we can build up higher quality of the businesses and also accelerate the transformation of the whole sector. And finally, we can achieve a very high quality development of this area. More specifically, first of all, we can realize the digital transformation. With the digital technology, we have the mass outsourcing, cloud-based transformation, etc., a lot of new forms of business. Second is the innovative development of the high value-added sectors. And third, better distribution of the layout. Local governments are improving their management systems, and we are adding new members to this demonstration system. And fourth, better services, especially the platforms of the public services. We will further improve the quality of the organization of this exhibition about the outsourcing of services. And fifth, we will improve the distribution of resources in a larger scale. Next question, please. Thank you. I'm from the First Finance. For the first 5 months, we have newly added more than 18,000 foreign invested companies. That is 24 percentage points higher compared to the same period of 2019. Does it mean that despite the negative impact of the protectionism and deglobalization, we are still a favorite destination for the foreign investments? Thank you for your question. As is mentioned before, we have realized the very fast of FDI in China. Especially, we have registered more foreign invested companies and enterprises in China. This means that foreign investors, they remain optimistic about the potential of the market, and they are also optimistic about the future economic growth in China. We have noticed that recently, China-EU Chamber of Commerce has published their report about the confidence indicator. Among the investigated enterprises, Last year, more than 73% of the enterprises generated a positive profit, and more than 60% of enterprises hold an optimistic point of view about the next 2 years' development prospect. 60% of the enterprises plan to expand their business in China, and 1/4 of the enterprises interviewed have a plan or will increase their development of the supply chain in China. For the investors, their actions show to us that China remains one of the major destinations for foreign investments in the whole world. Next question, please. Thank you. I'm from the economic reference. Recently, according to the foreign investors, they are facing a lot of pressure, especially a rising pressure facing the dampening effect of the rising price in demand. What will you do to help the SMEs to tide over this difficult period? Thank you for your question. Indeed, as is mentioned, since this year, the commodities price is rising in general. So for the enterprises doing trade with the rest of the world, they are facing greater pressure. And also in our investigation, with more than 7,500 enterprises, we have already grasped a better knowledge about their problems and headaches. But we have also proposed some solutions. For example, the diversification of their purchasing channels and also a greater platform for their doing business. We also have the export-related insurance as well as the support of the credit. On the basis of that, we will continue to keep a close eye on the further development of the commodities price as well as the operation of the foreign trade enterprises. We will make our toolbox more complete. And in total, we help those enterprises to lower their cost of production and expand their share of the market. Especially for the SMEs, we will support their healthy development in the future. Next question, please. This year, we have exported more to EU and the US. Does it mean that we have greater interdependence among these countries? For the first 5 months of this year, with major partners, including European countries and the America, we have maintained very good momentum in the bilateral trade. It's mainly because those major countries have released their domestic demand. This has helped to promote the fast growth of the bilateral trade. This has also shown to us that China has maintained a very good resilience in our bilateral trade with those major partners. I'm from the South China Morning Post of Hong Kong. Recently, for the WTO has already initiated this investigation about Japan's appeal for China's countervailing measures and anti-dumping measures for their steel. And also, could you please give us more information about that barley case from Australia? We have already received that appeal from the Japanese side for the stainless steel product originating in Japan and also the relevant anti-dumping and countervailing measures from China. We have already initiated an investigation. During this process of investigation, the investigator will protect the legitimate rights and interests of all parties, and we will protect the rights of all parties to join the investigation. And we also have the relevant remedy measures. We feel sorry for the appeal from the Japanese side, and we will handle this case properly according to the WTO rules and regulations. As to the second subject you have mentioned in your question, we always support the multilateralism in the trade under the framework of WTO, and we will manage the foreign trade according to the rules and regulations from WTO. According to the procedure of WTO for the settlement of the dispute, China will well handle all the cases related to the trade dispute. Next question, please. I'm from the Xinhua News Agency. We have noticed that this year during the Spring Festival and other shopping promotion festivals, many old brands have done very well. What are your measures from the ministry to help the further development of the old brands? The old brands of China have proposed a very good quality of the products, and also they have the well-respected mindset for their business doing. They have remained good symbols and representation of the China's product, and they are doing business in a very honest manner. In recent years, those old brands of China, they have followed the trend of development, and they have adopted innovative measures to propose new options for our customers as well as new services. In general, they have registered a very good momentum for growth. Moving forward, MOFCOM will adopt several measures to promote the growth and rejuvenation of the old brands of China. First of all, we will improve the policy system in order to protect and bring forward the products and services invented by the old brands. We will put in place a long-term mechanism of growth, and we will mobilize those old brands to realize a self-reliant innovation and reform. And second is to put in place a platform for development. In the shopping center as well as the other brick-and-mortar sites, we will set up the stands, and also online we have the online showcasing areas. We are also using the big data and other modern technologies to innovate our products and the services to better suit the demands of the customers. So during their experience for new products and new services, the customers can have tangible experience with those products. And third, we will organize multiple festivals for shopping, and combined with the local features, we will invite customers to enjoy their shopping and in the meantime feel the long history of those old brands, and also to admire the splendid culture embedded in the products of those old brands. Do you have further questions? If no, then I'd like to conclude today's press conference. Thank you for your participation.